and welcome to Wildly Curious, where the questions are unhinged, the science is real, and honestly, we're just getting started. I'm Laura.
And I'm Katy. And...
Ever wonder why a bat might glow? Or how frogs made it to space long ago? Dinosaurs trained for delivery runs. We're asking the questions, the weird ones. Wildly curious, where science gets strange and kinda hilarious. For nature's wonders to ancient funk, it's facts and fun rolled into one big chunk. Wildly curious, weird is wonderful. Come join the fuss.
Season 13, again, we keep saying how crazy this is. 13, it's here, and this is going to be a good season. We're not going to let 13 freak us out. We're not going to skip anything. Nope. We're going to just... World around us is falling apart. Might as well just dive head first into season 13 and just embrace it. You know? Right? So we're going to divide this season up like we have in the previous ones because it works well for Laura and I. We're both full-time parents, full-time working, full-time this. And so we do a long episode, mini episode, and the mini episodes that we do in between the long episodes, they're all connected. They're all a series. So we pick a topic, and I guess we can talk about the topic real quick just to give you guys a heads up. But we're talking about, for the mini episodes, not today. So for the mini episodes, we're going to be talking about niche scientists and the bizarre things that scientists are studying out.
And you guys know us, like, we're here for the weird.
Yes, always. Always. So this first episode, for the long episode, I don't know if I would just say weird, but this is by far one of my favorite episodes that we recorded. This is another one that we've done way back at the beginning. But this is Could You Fight That round 2? And I'll add a ding ding bell in here. Yeah.
Yeah, or like redemption challenge for some of us.
Yeah. So if you guys have not listened to the first Could You Fight That episode, there's so many funny things and one-liners, and that's one of my favorite episodes that we've ever recorded. I think it was in season 2. Like way back at the beginning.
That's when we started all of our Could You. If you guys are longtime listeners, at least every other season we have a Could You. Could you fight? Could you drink?
Could you something?
Could you jump? Could you, whatever it is. And this was our first
Could you ride that? Could you?
Could you?
Yeah, we did Could You Ride That was first, and then Could You Fight That was second.
Yeah.
And so I always pitch that episode to people whenever they're like, oh, what's a really good episode? I'm like, you know what? Could You Fight That? It's a great mix of science, but also just laughter. So if you haven't listened to the first Could You Fight That episode, put this one on pause, go back, listen to the first one, and then come back and listen to this one.
And then also see how we've evolved.
Right? Good Lord. In every aspect, from just mic, everything, how everything sounds. Yeah. Definitely different. So
evolved.
Laura, you said you had some nature news.
Oh, yeah. And then, so I'll go over nature news, and then Katie's going to go over the rules for the episode and the caveat of, like,
rules of the
we're
fight.
not promoting violence. So, nature news. I thought this is very apt, especially for this time of year, which is why they posted it. But the National Deer Association posted this article called New Science, Rubs and Scrapes Glow Like a Highway Reflectors to Deer's Eyes. So,
Oh, interesting.
it's the rut right now. For anybody who doesn't know, that's deer breeding season. And male deer mark their territory by rubbing their antlers and creating scrapes and rubs. So they rub on small trees, they scrape with their hooves, and they're leaving their scent everywhere. This is a way that they communicate with one another, either establishing, this is my spot, stay off, to other males, or ladies, I'm on the market. Deer have vision a lot like ours, and like they can see these during the daytime just like we can, which just looks like bark rubbed off a tree. But we now know through more research that deer can see more at the blue end of the light spectrum that we can. And in twilight, at twilight specifically, they're more able to see the ultraviolet spectrum, which a lot of animals are. We're really missing out on this one because I feel like, you know, birds can see this, deer, so many animals.
Yeah.
And so whatever like chemical, like their scent gland that they're rubbing is creating like the ultraviolet reflection. So it's truly like a reflector. Blue, because that's how they're showing it on the pictures, like a blue glow. So at twilight, deer are crepuscular, so dawn and dusk. they're going through the woods and they're like, oh, a beacon. And so then they go check it out.
Yeah.
Which makes way more sense than just wandering through the woods. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like,
yes. Yeah. And trying to find somebody.
Yeah. So we might not be able to see it, but deer are out there just looking for glowing marks on trees.
Once again, humans, I don't know what we did to curse the earth of just not being able to evolve as cool as so many other species.
Yeah.
But we've missed out. Like, we could have used that. You know what I mean? Like, man. Gosh. We traded our intelligence for so much.
Yeah. The
cost of intelligence. We could have glowed. And honestly, most people aren't even that smart anymore either. So, I mean, what did we really trade it off for? I would rather those government leaders glow than, I mean, they're not clearly not intelligent. They might as well glow. Like, at this point, that would be more useful, I'm sure, than what they're doing right now. So, we could have glowed. Could have glowed,
or seen
guys.
glowing. Yeah.
Well,
actually glowed or seen
glowing.
Or seen
glowing. Now, I don't know how that would help you in a fight because it would kind of be the opposite because then you could really see the other person.
Unless it's intimidation. Because I think of face paint. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That'd be pretty scary.
Very well could be. Yeah. All right. So, our fight. First off, as we gave the disclaimer for the first episode, the first time we did the Could You Fight That? Guys, we are not encouraging you to go fight animals. Please do not. That is so stupid.
Don't do any of this. We wouldn't either.
Yeah, don't do any of this.
Hypothetical only. I would never.
Yes. It's hypothetical. It's just to have fun. It's just to talk about the science of things. So yeah, guys, use your 2 cents. Disclaimer. Don't be idiots. Don't go do any of this. Don't go try to go do any of this. Don't be idiots. All right.
But we have all thought about these things. Like, could you take?
Oh, absolutely. How have you not?
This is like the most common question.
It was over the summer, which feels like forever ago, but it wasn't that long. The whole thing went across social media of how many, like 100 humans versus a gorilla. Yeah. And that, like, you know what I mean? That went waves and waves and waves. And so, yeah. So same thing, guys. It's all hypothetical. It's just fun. So Laura and I, we each picked a group of different animals. And we're going to give a rundown of like a little bit about the animal and then how we think we could fight it or if we could. We had some rules. So the first part 1, we did this. We said no cage, no weapons. So it's can't have a weapon because that's just unfair.
Yeah, it's totally.
But
or
then
gear,
this
like
time,
of any kind, basically. Like no gear. And you must be in the cage. Like the match is forced because we all know that half of these animals are not actually going to fight us.
Yeah, they're just gonna run away anyway. Yeah. So it's a quote unquote cage match, no weapons. But then for this time, we added in like a 20% weight roll. So 20% up and down. And let me look here.
So mine was like pregnant me. Mine could go anywhere because I did my pregnant weight because I'm like, well, I'm writing this now. Yeah. So I could go anywhere from 140 to a 200-pound animal.
Oh gosh, I didn't do the math.
Sucks.
I just
your animal can be so much smaller than mine. I mean, I was just gonna
say, I was like, yeah. Well, I mean, but I think the animals I chose because again, it's male versus female. There's a huge range there. There is a big range
for some of these. Yeah. Mostly I have to fight dudes. Like I gotta fight the male of the species.
Gotta fight. Laura's like, I gotta fight the dude.
I gotta fight the man.
Okay, yeah, I'm good for all of mine.
Yeah.
Well, because I just eyeballed it because we said a weight gap, and then I was just like, like this works.
Yeah. And I'm not gonna like. Well, actually, you're 5 pounds off.
Out of my weight class.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So if you guys haven't listened to the first part, I'll summarize it in one sentence. Laura chose the flight response, and I chose the fight response.
Yeah, I fought until I could run. Like, if I assumed I was being attacked, and Katy assumed she was attacking. Like,
yeah.
Katy went in with prejudice. Yeah,
right. Which I didn't think about. But it was just So this time, I tried to scale back on that,
and I tried to go forward.
Okay. So we might meet in the middle a little bit more.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. All right. So do you want to go ahead and go first then?
Okay. So, like always with these episodes, we're pretty strategic. I think both of us are. I'm not going to only choose mammals. I'm going to open my horizons. I'm going to fight the whole animal kingdom, not just mammals. So, I
need to fight more than just mammals.
Okay. We'll start with a mammal, though, because that's definitely what I have the most of. We chose 5. I'm going to start, since I just did nature news on deer, that's what I'm going to start with. I said that I could fight a fallow deer. Okay. So specifically, I chose a fallow deer because I was like, a lot of our listeners are from the United States, so they probably already know white-tailed deer. I wanted to tell you about fallow deer.
Yeah.
So a little bit of natural history and then how I can do this. So they are from Southern Europe, Asia Minor, along the Mediterranean, and even into Northern Africa. That's where they were. Now they're literally everywhere because they're like a game species. So you can find them pretty much everywhere. They live in a variety of habitats, but if you give them a choice, they prefer old broadleaf forests and grassy mixed areas. What do these deer look like? Well, they look like a deer, but what makes them different than other species is that their front legs are like slightly shorter than their back legs, so their butt is a little bit up in the air, which I think is funny. Males have very prominent Adam's apples. And that their antlers are not like whitetail, they're more like a moose. They're called palmate antlers. So they look like the palm of your hand. They're like broad. And they can be anywhere from 19.5 to 27.5 inches long. Significant.
Okay.
Colors can vary. They're basically always darker on the back than on the belly. But they can be brown, white, gray, or black. And they can have spots, no spots. Like, again, varies. They are between 66 and 176 pounds, depending on male or female, and time of the year. Like rut, they bulk up. So I'll be fighting a male. And they're herbivores, so they're not carnivores. They're not out to get anybody. They're just eating their grasses, leaves, nuts, and acorns.
Right.
Males are usually solitary until mating season, whereas females and fawns and their kids from last year hang out in small herds of up to 14. They're typically a shy and withdrawn animal, just like all deer, you know. Females are typically more alert than males, and they're generally more alert in open areas, which we'll come to that again. And then finally, last behavior is the rut can be very violent, but usually it's just shoving and not injury. So, like, the males aren't even out for blood with each other. They're just trying to shove off so they can get the ladies.
Yes, yeah.
All right, so that's what a fallow deer is. Now, how am I going to take one on? So, per the weight class rule,
I feel like this is another leg snapping situation here.
Yeah. I'd have to fight a male, which is actually a good thing because I think, like I just said, males are typically less alert than females. So easier to jump because they're not paying attention. And then, although they go crazy during the rut, this is the time when I would choose to do it because I feel like they're just lost in lust-filled fog and would make stupid decisions. Right? They're just some bros looking for the ladies. Not ready. They're ready for a fight, but they're not ready for my kind of fight and might stumble into something.
They're sexually constipated, so their brains are not thinking about
short-circuiting. And I'm going to try and use that to my advantage. I would be in a forest because remember I also said they're more alert in open areas and they like forests. So I'm going to hang out in a forest. I'm going to use female hormones to draw in a male, making him more crazy and unpredictable. And then I'm going to hide behind a tree. And once I'm ready, as they walk past me, I'm going to jump out, grab onto an antler, and then try and jump on their neck and tackle them to the ground.
You really did put a lot more effort into the violence section of this one than
like I just want to take him to the ground, and at the same time that I'm doing that, I'm also kicking out those spindly little legs.
Yes.
Again, those front legs are shorter than the back legs, so they're already front heavy. But
they're also like toothpick legs. Not like any deer legs are like stocky. You know what I mean?
And
they're
not
pretty.
That, we're not even. I'm still a bigger animal than this animal weight wise.
Yeah.
So although they're weeded out at this point and strong necks, I still think I could use the momentum of them walking, kick at the legs, take him to the ground. If that doesn't work though, and I have to jump on to the defensive, I would use cover. And I would run in zigzag patterns because males typically lower their head and charge in a straight line. So, like,
Yeah.
all I have to do is make sure that I'm not standing directly in front of them and use cover to my advantage. So that's how I would take them.
Okay. I think that would be, I think that one is definitely doable. That one's definitely doable. I think
Like, it would suck to get gored by a
are-
deer, but I would have to be strategic about it.
Yeah. And again, you would have to do it during rut, because even if you were in a cage with it, deer are so skittish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're going to constantly be running from you. That would be the hard part. And to even get onto it, it would be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they're
Yes. They're
prey.
trying to get away.
Yeah, they're prey. Okay. Well, given my history of part 1 of apparent violence, I decided to pick harsher animals for this one. So for this round. So the first one I have is a giant anteater. Okay.
Ooh,
so
that's terrifying.
Right. Well, I'm like, listen, because I was so violent last time, I was like, you know what? I should probably, I did try to dial back my violence, but then I just got to up the violence of the other creature to keep up with me, apparently. So, giant eater. So, for those who don't know, native to Central and South America and grasslands, savannas, forest edges, they have the long tubular snout and a sticky tongue built for eating ants, hence the name, and termites. They have powerful forelimbs with huge curved claws used for ripping into insect nests. They can reach approximately 6 to 7 feet from nose to tail, but usually weigh about anywhere from 60 to 140 pounds.
Okay.
They have poor eyesight, which I will use to my advantage, and they do have an excellent sense of smell. Fun fact, a giant anteater can run upwards of 30 miles an hour, which I was skeptical of first.
Yeah. They're a knuckle walker. Like, literally.
Yeah, right? But they can, in short bursts, they can get up to 30 miles an hour, which is about as fast as our fastest human. So our fastest human is clocked in at 27 miles per hour, which then led me down a 40-minute rabbit hole of comparing animals the same size as humans, like the same size as us, speed. Dude, again, we've traded
Yeah, we lost
our
out,
intelligence. Yeah, because we are generally slow. Like,
Yeah,
for
we're
our
endurance.
body size.
Endurance, not
Yeah.
speed.
Yeah, it is just not.
Well, also, fun fact, anteaters can disembowel jaguars. Like,
they can.
I can't wait. Yeah, if you're not careful, you gotta stay away from those claws.
Yes, exactly. And count on its poor eyesight. So, again, the claws are for defense, so you don't want to corner it. So, if it's going to be in a cage, I'd rather be like an octagon, all right, than like a square cage, because you don't want to let it be cornered. Give it space and a clear escape route normally. So, again, we're talking like grasslands, scrublands, but also like forest edges. And there's still trees in the grasslands.
Yeah.
So, again, I would go high, stay calm, slow movements, because that poor eyesight, and it'll definitely, as soon as they catch on, because they do rely on those claws, like Laura said, disembowel, you've got to be quick. All right.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a leap from the top and then just strangle it down, because it is going to have to be. Yeah, because I'm like it, and you're just gonna have to hang on, because once you get on the upper ground of the back, I feel like that is your only advantage.
Yeah.
Now, normally, let's say if you corner one of these in the wild, or you encounter one of them in the wild, most of the time, from what I was finding, their eyesight is so poor that as long as you hide behind an object like a tree, like
You're just like,
you're
put out
fine.
your arms.
Like,
I am a tree.
Yeah, like they're not going to be actively aggressive. Like, they will be. Now, unlike the deer, these ones will, if they sense you're a threat, and they will come at you. But again, it's 30 miles an hour. It's very short bursts. They will disembowel you, but for the most part, because they can't see, it's strictly defense, not offense.
Yeah.
And so you just really have to go hard on the offense and play to their poor eyesight, kind of like a rhino, you know?
Yeah.
Play to their poor eyesight and go high, and then just sneak attack. But then at the same time, if you were trying to get away from it, you could do the same thing and just hide behind a tree or whatever.
Yeah,
Let
I
it
feel like
mosey
any
on by,
animal,
and you're good. You're good to go.
Any animal that is not trying to eat you Even if it would attack you, it's only doing it so that it can then get away. Like, no animal wants to get hurt.
It's a it's a defense. So I would go high and then backpack it and then just
like they're babies. Just be like a baby anteater and hold on tight.
Yeah, and just to hang on. Yeah.
What if that's the
because
trick?
again,
actually you just pretend to be their offspring. And they're like,
I don't what the heck? Right?
You just do like Indiana Jones situation. Okay, you just gotta use the poor eyesight. Okay, hear me out. Use the poor eyesight. Get really close. And then as you grab the baby by the back, you throw the baby and jump on at the same time. Yeah. And they'll never know.
Chuck the baby, jump on its back. It won't even know.
It got really heavy really fast.
Yeah, what happened? Well, because you figure, okay, it's 60 to 140 pounds. I assume, I think the males are the bigger with the anteaters.
I would assume.
So, I mean, yeah, I weigh more than the 60 pounds, obviously. But I mean, I could put my kid on them and they probably wouldn't know. You know what I mean? It'd be like a huge baby. So I won't sacrifice my son.
Train Luke to choke out an anteater.
Listen, if I presented this idea to him, he would be highly skeptical. But I was like, listen, you gotta trust mom. He'd be like, okay. He'd be all for it. So if I can't do it, I would train my son. And then, Indiana Jones, swap it out on it.
Love it.
All right, so that was my first one. Was a giant anteater. I had to go a little bit more aggressive this time around. For 4 out of my 5.
Okay, I'm going to let me think. What do I want to do? I think I'm going to go like mammal something, mammal something, mammal. Okay, so my next one is I said that I would take on a spectacled caiman. So I was like, I'm not going to take like a full-on crocodile. I'm not suicidal.
Yeah.
But,
it's just too big,
I will take on a crocodilian of reasonable size. Spectacled caimans are from Central America, Northern South America, and some areas of the Caribbean. They like slow-moving water that can be fresh or salty, shallow or deep. They're not really picky. They're olive to black in color with varying yellow and black bands on their body. And the reason they're called a spectacled caiman is they have a really prominent like orbital bone down here between their eyes and like right under it. So it kind of looks like they're wearing glasses. They are usually around 6.5 feet and typically like 88 pounds, but they can get up to 130. So like just into my weight class. Caimans are known to be amazing like generalist carnivores. They'll pretty much eat anything that they consider meat. They have been identified as eating 105 different prey items. Like, those guys are just going to eat whatever they find. Yeah. How do they act? Chill. Most of the day, they're real chill, and they hang out in the sun, and they feed at night. But they are extremely quick to react to sudden situations, like when prey comes by. They like to hang out by themselves, but they might live in loose-knit groups. And then during mating season, they become territorial and aggressive. The bigger the male, the more dominant he is. So, what am I going to do to jump a caiman? So, crocodilians are predators. They have all these super senses, okay? They have excellent vision that they can see in and out of the water. They can hear in and out of the water. And they have an incredible sense of touch. They have all of these like tiny little sensory organs along their mouth and jaws that allow them to pick up extremely small vibrations. So, I'm actually going to use their super senses against them. Rather than using, and they don't have a weakness that I mean, like not many. I'm actually going to use their strengths against them. What I'm picturing is that if I throw on several objects nearby, it might get them to react to that thing so that I have a chance. So, I'm envisioning 2 handfuls of large rocks, okay? I'm behind them. 2 handfuls of rocks. I chuck them on both sides of the caiman, so it's like all these dents and dunts. It immediately is like, it's reacting, thinking something's there because it's got this. It's being told. It can hear. It can feel. It's reacting to these things. At the same time as I throw those rocks, I am jumping on its back because its only blind spot is from behind, and immediately trying to grab and keep the jaws shut. Because all crocodilians, alligators, crocodiles, all of them, they have an insane force to snap, but they cannot open their jaws if you're holding them shut.
Yeah, it's a very crappy opening.
Yeah, like I can literally just hold their mouth shut and they can't open it.
Yeah.
So I'd have to watch out for their tail thrashing, because I'm assuming if they're reacting, their whole body's moving. So I'd probably have to jump a tail and then jump on top of them. And I have to be quick to clamp those jaws. Otherwise, I'm in trouble because they're going to start rolling. But that's what I would do. I would distract with noise and vibration, then jump.
Yeah. Okay.
But only out of the water, not in the water. F that. I'm not fighting anything in the water.
That was going to be my next question, because I'm surprised you picked something that spends so much time in the water.
Yeah.
Because normally you're very anti-water.
When they're chilling on the land, basking in the sun, that's when I would do my thing.
When they're nice and relaxing and they're happy to be alive, I'm going to jump it and ruin its day.
Ruin everything.
All right. Oh, goodness. All righty. My next one, this is definitely the weakest one that I've picked for sure. So this next one I picked, I would say this goes along with your deer here. This is the male saiga antelope.
Okay, yeah.
You know, the one with the big
crazy
schnoz?
nose.
Yeah. So they are found in the steppe, and they're in the steppe region from Central Asia. They have that distinctive bulbous trunk-like nose that filters dust and warm.
Yeah, it's absurd looking.
Yeah, it is absurd. But the science behind it is actually pretty cool. So males are just under 3 feet tall at the shoulder. And like I said, it would just be specifically a male because the females are like incredibly tiny. But so they're just under 3 feet at the shoulder, and then up to 4.5 feet long, weighing just over at max 110 pounds. So males are larger and definitely, just like Laura's the deer, can be aggressive during rut, which is the mating season. Speeds and endurance is adapted for open grassland life because it's where they live and need to survive. And let's see here, they can run upwards of 50 miles per hour. So definitely faster.
Fast.
Which again, same thing with the deer. It would be like being in a cage plays to our advantage on this one. Okay, so obviously, again, because this is a prey item, not a predator in any sense of the word, normally whenever you, first of all, you think about where they're found in Central Asia.
There's no cover.
There's no cover. So they literally are built to see things coming at them. And then they are going to run because they can see things so far away coming at them. For you to even get close enough to it, like,
you'd have to be laying in the grass.
You would have to be laying
for a long time.
And again, they're prey. So they're built to pick up on and sense everything around them. So it would have to be like no smell, no movement, no nothing here. And really, again, it's just like, as long as, because they are a prey, as long as you appear non-threatening, like they're still going to run. You could probably lying on the ground, and if they see you, they're going to run anyway. But the only time, like Laura was saying with her deer, is that during rut season, whenever they're displaying or charging, that would be like, you would have to have a male in rut for it to have any form of aggression. So because of this region and the grasslands here, you'd have to use any bit of elevation to your advantage, of course. Again, take the high ground.
Yeah.
I have any high ground that you have. And for me, and again, I hate saying sweep it out at the legs, but their legs are so...
They're made for that. Yeah.
Yes. Like...
It's that, or like shove your fingers up their nose hole.
and like drag it, swipe it out at the legs, shove your fingers up your nose and just pull it down. So this one, again, when I was reading things of, they can be very, just like a deer, like it can be very aggressive.
Yeah, man. I mean, a deer can F people up. If you've seen videos on YouTube, like... Oh,
yeah. I mean, and most of the damage that deer do, at least we're in the Northeast where we're from, like the hooves, but the car freaking, but that's just like their size. They're not trying to fight a car. It's just the size, because they are big, but yeah, the hooves and everything. And so these are very similar. So again, it would definitely, for me, I was like, all right, this is definitely the easier one, because they can, just like deer, be very aggressive. But at the same time, I don't even know if what you could do to provoke it that badly to actually get it to fight. You know what I mean? You would have to instigate, and that's what I'm saying.
Or like smell like another male, just put pee all over yourself of another dude. Like,
yeah, but I don't even know if that would do it, because if you're bigger than it, height-wise,
tall.
Yeah, they would be like, oh, shoot, this is a huge thing, and it smells like another male.
Yeah.
So this is definitely my easier one, but definitely take the high ground, sweep it out the legs, and it's going to be done for.
The old spindle leg sweep.
Yeah, right. But if you guys want to read more about them, so it's SAIJ.
They're like incredibly endangered, right?
Yeah, they are. Yeah, so that would be horrible to
yeah, you're just fighting
anyway.
Endangered species, taking them out.
Why did that one die? We had this one idiot biologist, and she
thought she could take it.
Yeah, she was on the flat grasslands, found the one little hill, and just jumped on top of it, grabbed it by its bulbous nose, and just took it down. But the science behind like the cooling system that it has because of that nose is actually pretty darn cool. So definitely check them out now. And I feel like I know that they've been in planet Earth and stuff like that, because
like
they
their
are
migrations and
because they are pretty cool species. So yeah, the saiga antelope.
All right, I am going to also do my easiest one. You might have thought it was a deer, but it's not the deer. The easiest one, because a deer could wreck you. I don't think this animal could wreck me, but I would fight it, and it's in my weight class, is the capybara.
Oh my gosh. I feel like this is unfair.
I know, but I was like, it's in my weight class. Okay, so it's the world's largest rodent from South America.
This is like showing up to a wrestling match, and they're a really nice kid, and you're like, I can't fight this. I feel like this is the same situation where you're like, 100%. Capybara. Yeah.
So big, giant rodent from South America. They always live near water, and with flooded grasslands being their favorite place. They look like a giant guinea pig. They're reddish brown on their back and yellowish on their belly, barrel-shaped, no tail, partially webbed feet, and all their eyes, nose, and ears at the top of their head like a crocodile, since they're mostly aquatic.
Yeah.
So their size, females are actually larger in this species, which is not common for males. Okay. So actually in this one, I'm taking on a lady, and they can get to be 145 pounds. That is
I'm going to take on a woman.
Like 145-pound rodent? All right.
Right.
So they are an herbivore. They're just a big guinea pig. So they're just eating grass, aquatic plants, and also their own poo every single day.
Laura, you're really making not a good case for these poor guys of just completely defenseless.
Poop eaters. No.
Yeah. Just insult their feelings, if anything.
Yeah. Their behavior is that they live in mixed sex groups, typically of around 10. And group living for them is a must. If they're not in a group, they can't find
Laura,
a mate.
because they're so defenseless. Like
they have to.
You're
they can't find a
painting
mate.
such a horrible picture of this. Is might as well take on a giant slug at this point. Like just like there's like this poor capybara who peacefully coexists with birds and
Basically
everything too.
Everything, yeah.
Right.
Their group they stay in these groups to maintain and defend territory. The males are hierarchical, so there is a hierarchy in their group. They're crepuscular and semi-aquatic. So what I was saying is, honestly, jumping a capybara just seems wrong.
Yes.
It would have had to have done something really messed up for me to seek a fight with one. So I was trying to think of what would. To be fair, rodents can be real jerks, okay? Like
they can
hamsters,
be, yeah.
Guinea pigs, no thank you. I've never met a mean capybara, but I don't know. Who knows what it did to me.
I feel like this would be the situation where you're in a cage with it and you're just like pumped up to go and you're like, fight me. And it's like, no, please, no, I don't want to. Like, fight me. And it's like, please, I'm very sorry. However, I must have offended you. Can I not do this? And you're like, fight me.
Yeah. It would have had to have like bit off Alora's finger or something. She just tried to pet it and it bit her off her finger. And then I'm like, all right, I'm taking
They do
on
have
this
strong teeth, so.
They do. Right, they're a rodent. So they're not totally defenseless, okay? They got giant teeth. Cornering one would not be fun. But that's not what I'm going to do because I'm going to be successful in this fight. So
Laura's like, I'm determined to be more violent in this part.
Against this peaceful creature. So I would find cover. So they live in these flooded grasslands. Perfect. I'm going to get between the water and the group of capybara so that they're going for the water as soon as they get scared. And I'm going to be right there, hiding in the rushes. And then I would yell and throw a big rock, which would just make them all startle, split up, because I'm not taking on a group of 10 capybara. That seems like too much. But then all I'm going to do is when a capybara bolts for the water, I am just going to dive tackle that capybara.
Another water one, which is surprising for you.
But out of the water. I was like, I need to find some aquatic animals that are only semi-aquatic because I'm not fighting so.
Anything in the water.
Nothing in the water. I'm going to get it while it's weak on land. And I'm just picturing myself dive tackling a capybara, which is so barrel shaped, just like
it is.
Just taking it to the ground.
I need to attack this peaceful animal when it's at its weakest, and so
then I was also, as I'm saying that, then I'm like, well, maybe it's not that it's a fight. Like maybe I'm starving. Then I would tackle a capybara to eat.
Yeah. Okay. So if you had to survive and you had to eat it.
A capybara would be a heck of a good meal.
It actually would be, yeah.
I can even eat it during Lent because as a Catholic, we're not supposed to eat meat during Lent. But somebody in South America made the exception that because capybara are mostly aquatic, they count as a fish and not as meat.
That is so funny.
No, so people can eat capybara during Lent all year round.
As long as it could be during Lent, it's fine. You can eat it. Yeah, so
I'm still gonna eat it.
I'm still gonna. So I think that would be the approach because it is such a peaceful animal. But I feel like it would put up a fight if you're trying to kill it to eat it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like with no weapon, I'm still gonna. I'd have to dive tackle it and then choke it out, which would be really fun.
Right?
I would be just as scarred as the capybara. I'd be like, I'm sorry.
Right? Yeah.
It's for me. I have to survive
because
I'm just crying because it was just snuggled up with four of its kids.
Yeah,
just
because they are such peaceful creatures. It's so barrel-like.
You see them snuggling with everything. Yeah, they just look cuddly.
Yeah,
just gotta shh. Just
I need to eat you.
Go quiet into the void.
Yeah, please go towards the light. Please go towards the light. It's Lent. You're all I can eat.
I'm a terrible fisher. Okay, I can't eat anything else. Okay.
Oh goodness, poor capybara. Alrighty. I'm keeping to the weak leg animals here. All right. And this one I still think is going to be, again, put up a fight. This is the more vicious of the hooved animals. And it's going to be a vicuña, which is the wild relative of a llama.
F that thing. Yeah. I
knew as I was going through my list, I was like, man, this is the one that Laura will be like, forget that sucker.
Yeah.
So they're a South American camelid. But again, I was like, I need to pick more aggressive. All right.
Yeah.
So South American camelid found in the Andean highlands. They're fairly light considering the other camelids, I should say.
Yeah, it's like alpaca, then vicuña, then llama.
Yeah. So these ones are around 90 to 120 pounds for wild adults, but they are valued for their extremely fine wool. I mean, these ones aren't endangered, I don't think. Height-wise, it's around 3 feet to the shoulder, and then add another 2 feet for the noodle that holds up its noggin. So total, this is another one that I would look eye to eye with. But again, my fear of eye to eye is only with birds, because I look at this thing and I'm like, whatever.
You're
Like, it doesn't
dumb-looking.
creep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't creep me out. Whereas birds, I don't know what it is with being eye to eye with a
facial
bird.
expression on a bird. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It just freaks me out. Whereas this, I'm like, whatever, idiot. So generally timid for the most part, but like any camelid, you piss it off enough, it'll kick, spit if cornered. The kicks are insanely precise and painful. And all in all, they can also run up to about 30 miles an hour. So I'd have to like Usain Bolt it to really be able to get it. All right. So tactics, just survive it and outsmart it. Again, these ones are so agile. You got to stay away from the hooves.
You also keep choosing things that live in grasslands. So like you're
I do,
limiting your
yeah.
cover and they're aggressive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I told you I had to up my game this time because I was like, I need to pick more aggressive things than a tuna in the ocean.
But it's like the Garanuk where you were just like
yeah. So for this one, again, all right. So you think the hooves are the dangerous one, all right? So you got to stay in front of it.
Yeah, they're so freaking sharp.
They are very sharp, and I think I couldn't find it, but because again, it's like tracks and stuff, but I believe because it's a camelid, it's like a horse. They kick back. It's not like they're gonna.
Yeah, I think it's both. Like they could do both.
But I don't know. But I don't know if it's as strong, right?
Probably not. But they're definitely made for. They're like sharp because they're climby. Like they can.
Yes, they're climby. Yeah. So again, the disclaimer of this: always respect personal space of anything, especially anything with hooves, because they will mess you up. But then I would say the other defense for these animals is the spit, which I'm like, I can get around. Yeah, like it's gross and everything. But if you had to take it down for its wool, whatever, you could do this. So
if you're gonna like freeze to death in the Andes, without some
and you gotta
wool.
and you gotta like Star Wars, like rip it open. You know what I mean? The Empire Strikes Back or whatever to keep warm or whatever. Yeah, so spit, gross, but absolutely harmless. Shrug it off and just deal with it. But if I had to just defend myself or go at it, I would probably take the same approach that I did in the first part with the
Garanuk.
Yeah, the Garanuk. Or the other camel I fought where Luke was like, just throat chop it and then jump on it, which that was a huge one. But this is much smaller. And I'm like, I could just do the same thing. Throat chop it, jump on its back, and just wrestle it to the ground. Because people tackle alpacas all the time to shear them for wool. So I'm like, I would just do the same thing as that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
if you could find just the right pressure point in their neck, just
Well, I was like, I'm out in the Andean grasslands, watch some YouTube videos on taking down an alpaca for shearing, and it's essentially the same thing. You like hog tie them, right? And so just jump on it, do this, essentially the same thing. Throat chop it, and just get a hold of their legs, knock them over. You're good. Nice. So that one definitely is still like not a skinny leg.
Definitely harder than an alpaca. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. But still could really slice and dice you if it really needed to. So
gross. All right. I'm going to go non-mammal to break things up. And again, I also was stretching myself. Okay. So I was like, I want things that are not just mammals, and I do want things that I normally wouldn't. So it's another aquatic animal. But I was like, okay, chatbot, like I need shallow and
shallow.
So this one is the giant
like
Pacific
ankle
octopus.
deep water.
Yeah, nope. Giant Pacific octopus. Go big or go home.
Right.
So they're found all over the Pacific Ocean, but they like tidal pools. So that's where we're gonna meet up. I'm not going into the deep ocean.
Specifically,
tidal pools
in a shallow tidal pool.
They live in a den or a lair, which is a rock crevice or under a boulder. And they're typically reddish in color, but of course they can change color and texture because of being an octopus. They have two eyes with amazing vision on I loved how they described a sack-like head. It's like, ugh, that's an unfortunate way to be described.
Yeah, right.
They have 8 legs with up to 280 suction cups on each leg. And they have a beak hidden under all of that they're like eating.
See, that to me is the creepy part. But if they're in a shallow pool, they're not like, they're not their full form. You know, they're gelatinous.
They can be huge, but average weight is 132. So I'm taking on an average octopus. 132 pounds. All right. Their diet.
But Laura, this animal also doesn't have bones. So like,
it's 132. You're right. It's 132 pounds of muscle. Right. Okay. You're right.
Of jello muscle. Of jello muscle.
Strong muscle. They mostly eat clams, crab, fish, and squid, and they're ambush predators. And then lastly, their behavior, they're solitary, and they might even just stay at home in their den for a few weeks. They're real homebodies. They're timid and rarely aggressive unless challenged. So I'm just picking on the introverts, but they're big.
The biggest, most defenseless animals that you can think of. I'm like, all right, let's pick stuff that can kill me. Laura's like, I need to passively kill it. Like how can I?
Or at least just take it down to say that I did.
Right.
So there is a 0% chance that I would pick a fight with an octopus in deep water. But as I said,
oh my gosh,
tidal pools. So I feel like I could have a chance there. And there's two scenarios. There's two scenarios that can happen here because yes, they are timid and rarely aggressive unless challenged. So I might just meet an octopus with a bad day. Like I could be like poking around in a tidal pool, poking around in one of their dens, and all of a sudden, pow, like they're offended and they're going to take me on. So if that happened, they took offense and started to wrap me up. Here's my plan. So first, stay calm. Secondly, they're going to use those suction cups on their arms to start grabbing you. And the only way out of them is to release the suction. So you immediately have to start pulling your arms in and then getting your hand to like get the suction cups off. You can't pull away though. You have to actually move in closer to them, which is terrifying. But that actually will loosen the suction.
Yeah.
Yes, you have to get closer to the beak in order to get away.
Yeah, that's terrifying for any clams that are in the ocean because that's all that it eats, Laura. It's like
and crabs, fish. I would be getting my arms and hands on the tentacles, moving closer to its body, and also attempting to walk towards dry land. All right, because that's my place. And then not theirs.
Have there ever been reports of these attacking humans in the water? Because I know octopus, there have been accounts, but it's more like they grab onto like a diver's mask and it pulls out their breathing apparatus kind of thing. So that's been more of like...
Apparently, unless challenged. Like, I think if you were poking an octopus, it would get pissed off.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like, I mean, but I don't think it's trying to eat anybody. But yes, they have occasionally become aggressive. But once you get them on land, they're strong, but that's not where their buoyancy isn't there, so they get tired very fast and drop off.
Yes. Oh no. Gosh.
So that's if it attacks me. Okay. If for some reason, I have no idea the circumstances, but if for some reason I needed to go after an octopus, I don't know, its family has a blood feud against mine, whatever. They hate bright lights and bursts of air, which scuba divers actually use to their advantage.
Flashlight.
So I would come to the tide pool with an LED strobe baton and some kind of air blaster, and I would just start blamming it into rock crevices. Just strobing like a rave as I'm blasting my like air pressure hose. Just overload its senses and then chuck it up onto the land.
Well, I mean, traditional tribes who do eat like octopus and squid and stuff like that's how they get them under rocks in tidal pools. Is you put a hose tube under it and then you blow it out, like blow at them, and they're like blah, blah, and but they crawl out because they're basically on land at that point, and so they drag themselves out from under the rock. But that's how you get them out from under the rock because that's what they're naturally going to do is hide.
Just they hate raves. Like, they don't like lights and they don't like air. So, yeah, that's how I would either survive or thrive when fighting an octopus.
Right. So, my last two. Here we go. Again, because I had to choose something, I had to up my game. I have noticed that a lot of my favorite animals are traits that I admire in myself. I'll just say it. So these last two, I wouldn't want to fight, but if I was forced to, I would have to. So my second to last one, red kangaroo. All right.
Okay.
Because
it's a respectable
again,
animal to try and fight.
Exactly. I love kangaroos. All right. Love kangaroos. So they're the largest living marsupials on Earth. Males can stand over 6 feet tall and weigh up to 200 pounds.
Yeah,
so this is one I would have to do a female because males just
would get destroyed.
Huge. Yes.
I've
so they
seen
live in
a male jump, like when I worked at some place, I saw a full-size male attack a human man, and it was...
Yep.
It jumped him from behind and started punching him in the head.
Yes.
Yes. I was like, holy
But
crap.
again, I got to up my fight game here because I wanted to pick things this time around that I wasn't the aggressor, that it's more of then putting me in a survival aspect, if that makes sense. This is one that would actually fight you, you know? So males, like I said, can stand well over 6 feet tall, weigh 200 pounds. I'd have to do a female. They live in arid and semi-arid regions of Australia, grazing on grasses and using that powerful tail like a third leg for balance. They're built for efficiency. Those massive back legs can launch them 25 feet in a single bound moving forward, reaching speeds of up to 40 miles an hour. And when they're not casually exercising leg day, they're using those legs to kick each other in the chest over dominant mating, male rights, all of that stuff. So fighting it. This one I straight up would just have to go full on there. I was just like, you know what? If I had to fight this one, there is no jumping from a high tree. There is no nothing. I think you're just going to have to take it and just go at it.
Yeah.
Fight it more like a person.
The punches. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
more
they definitely
like
do punch and kick.
Yes. So it's definitely going to have to be more of just a brute force.
Brawl.
There is not going to be I'm going to jump on it from above and take it down. Because, in theory you could, but again, where it kind of lives, there's still trees. There's at least trees around this one. But I think it would still be strong enough, and they're still big enough. Even females are still big enough that, they're going to get you off anyway.
Their fur is like really, it looks slippery. Like when you touch it, it's pretty fine hair.
Yes.
Their backs are pretty skinny. I think staying on their back will be very hard.
Yes. So I think this one is just going to have to be a good old knuckle to knuckle fight with the red kangaroo.
Pugilism at its finest.
Yes, just take it on. So I was like, could you fight that? This is the definition of there's going to be no tactics for this one, just
Street
a fight. Yeah, just a street fight. So I think
Dang.
I don't know if I was in more shape than what I am now.
You're like
against a female.
Yeah.
I maybe could. I would be wrecked. This is definitely one that would be damage.
Yeah.
Like
you would live, but you wouldn't be okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But again, I think this one would just be absolute. Yeah. Just go up and Mike Tyson it and just go all for it, all at once kind of thing. So probably I would probably have some broken ribs. Or I can break its ribs too. You know what I mean?
Scratches. Like this man.
It would be a lot. So you would just have to keep. It would be, I feel like, more of an endurance at that point. Yeah. And then just go for it, man.
I feel like you have to take advantage of its. If you're fighting a girl, she's got a pouch. Surely there's something you can do with that. Just jump in it and start punching from the inside.
Besides curl up in it. Yeah, I'm gonna punch you in your pouch,
just
right in the baby maker,
and you just start twisting nipples, like as hard as you can.
Just all of them.
Yeah, because they got like 4, right? I think something like that.
I think. Yeah, not as Not as many as the Tasmanian devil, apparently, but yeah. So I think that is just gonna have to be a brute force attack. Just go for it. So yeah, red kangaroo. But I would come away absolutely.
It would be
wrecked.
an epic fight.
I think this one would be hands down worse than the anteater, because I feel like the anteater, you're disemboweled and you're done. Whereas I feel like a red kangaroo. Yeah, where I feel like fighting a kangaroo, you would just get the shit beat out of you. Enough to where you can keep coming back. You know what I mean? So you got to keep fighting. You know what I mean? It's like broken ribs, face all bruised and bloodied, but keep coming back for more kind of thing. Where giant anteater, you're either good or not. So
yeah, I think you'd have a chance.
Yeah, a chance.
That's how I feel about my next animal, because my last animal is what I think is the most difficult. It is a defenseless creature. It's a predator, finally. I was like, well, so was the spectacled caiman. That was pretty respectable.
Yeah, that's yeah.
But I was like, okay, I'm choosing a gray wolf, which is in my weight class.
Okay,
it's the largest of the canines.
Ooh.
So
yeah, this would be a tough one.
Yes, it would be a hard fight. So these are the largest of the canines that can be found in limited areas of the United States, Canada, Eurasia, and Mexico. They live in a huge variety of habitats. You can basically find wolves anywhere.
Yeah.
Here, they can be white with gray, brown, cinnamon, and black. Here in North America, they're typically a mix of white with another darker color. And you can tell them apart from coyotes because they're larger feet, larger size, and broader snout. They can be anywhere from 50 to 176 pounds, so there's a pretty broad range. I'm thinking probably a male is what I'd end up having to choose. They are carnivores that hunt, steal, or scavenge, and they hunt larger prey as a pack while they hunt smaller prey solo. And they do live in these packs, typically of 5 to 9, and it's usually just an alpha pair and their offspring. It's not like these huge packs that I think a lot of people think about. And I know we've covered wolves before in the past. I don't remember how, but we did.
Yeah.
But it's not a whole bunch of different kinds. It's usually just a family. But it is very hierarchical. So let's be real. I feel like we've all thought about how we would take on a wolf or wolves, at least at some point in our lives, right? Could you survive in the Canadian wilderness if you were attacked by a wolf?
Yeah.
Wash Bolto, like whatever it is, you've thought about fighting a wolf. And I have worked with wolves at a zoo, I've taken care of them, and at a sanctuary. I know how big they are. Those male wolves are big.
Yes.
Like chest level, feet.
Yes.
Huge.
Yeah.
I
feel like that's definitely one of those animals that it's kind of like the first time you see a moose up close, where people don't realize how truly big they are, because a lot of people assume that moose are more deer size, and it's like, no, they're ginormous.
Right? Or they're assuming a wolf is like a German Shepherd size, but it's not.
Yes,
it's bigger.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they're thinking it's German Shepherd, but meanwhile it's ginormous. Yeah.
And so like a large male wolf, I do not think I could fight. An old one, maybe by itself. So I'm going to take on an old male lone wolf.
Find the old, sick, weak wolf by itself.
I am just nature. Like, I am just part of nature, picking up. I'm actually just like the wolves. I am picking off the weak. So wolves, like most mammals, have sensitive. Yeah. Wolves, like most mammals, have sensitive noses and facial areas. So 2 scenarios again. Let's say I'm the one being attacked, because if I was alone in the wilderness and it was wintertime and this wolf was hungry, sure, I wouldn't doubt that I would be attacked.
Yeah.
So if I was, I'd immediately try and kick it in the face. Kick, not punch.
Fair. Yeah.
So that I can keep some distance and not risk my arm getting grabbed by its mouth, because then once your arm is grabbed, you're thrown off balance. You don't have another, at least if it grabs my leg, I can keep punching. But I'm going to try and kick it in the face. But that's
blood loss, because they're going to grip onto your arm. I mean.
Yeah, because at least it's your foot, right? Like, it's your foot, and hopefully you have a boot or something on. If I couldn't get to the muzzle first, then I am going to I'm going to kick it in the shins. They actually do have pretty long, skinny legs, too. So a good shin kick, take out a leg or two. But if it came to an on the ground all out brawl, which I could totally see. Like, I could see myself being like, kick, stumble, fall to the ground. Then it just becomes this just a rough and tumble brawl.
Yeah.
I'd keep my hands up to protect head, neck, and airway. Because that's what it's going for first, right? So you're just like balled up all the while just trying to punch it in the belly, the genitals, or the face. And then just hoping that you can endure long enough to knock it out or chase it away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, a fight like yours in that you would not come away okay.
Yeah,
but
definitely not.
I think I could live.
Yeah. I feel like you would come away from yours a lot more bloodied, where I would come away from that last one much more bruised.
Internal, yeah, you'd have like internal damage. like
internal
ribs.
bleeding. Yeah, yours you would see the blood.
Mine,
yeah, mine is all internal bleeding.
Katie's like, I'm totally fine, and then dies from internal damage. Like,
yeah, right.
So yeah, gray wolf, skeptical, but maybe.
Yeah. I feel like, again, that's one that under in natural circumstances, unless that wolf was starving and you were like, and it perceived you as the weak, that's not going to happen. Yeah. But I feel like under normal circumstances, you could, for the most part, fend off yourself, and it's going to run away anyway, kind of thing. Alrighty. My last one. So once again, this is an animal that I was like, man, one of my absolute favorites. Absolutely could be lethal, but I'm like, I could take it. Cassowary.
I knew I
gotta be the cassowary.
Chose this one for myself, and then I was like,
yeah,
because it's the only bird that is in our weight class. Like an emu's too small.
It is.
So I was like,
it is.
But then I didn't have the faith in myself.
Yeah, I think I could. So for those of you guys who don't know, we've talked about cassowary so many times because it is one of my favorite birds.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, the first episode, such a cool freaking bird. Definitely living dinosaurs. They're so cool. Large flightless birds native to New Guinea, northeastern Australia. They can't exceed 5 feet tall, so they can be over me, higher than me. So again, not at... I'm 5'1", all right? It's the eye level. It's the emu. It's the ones I look eye to eye with that just creep me out. But these ones are terrifying in their own ways here. But they have powerful legs with the toe knives, a long dagger-like inner claw. Yep, which disembowel just like Deinonychus, a lot of the dinosaurs and stuff. Capable of delivering absolutely deep slashing cuts. For the most part, they're generally solitary, but also very territorial. They can run upwards 30 miles an hour, again, in those short bursts. For the most part, shy, but will defend itself or offspring vigorously if threatened. And again, when we were doing census counts for them, you are. And of Deinonychus / Velociraptor stuff, like this is the modern day version of it. Whenever we were doing census counts of them, training on what to do if it came up to you was part of it. Just climb a tree, get away, because they will come at you. And again, those toe knives, man, absolutely no joke.
Yeah, because even if it doesn't disembowel you, I've heard stories from keepers about like just jagging into your leg and like blood loss, man. Yeah, it's just a knife. So it will often like display with its casque on its head because it has a very, I don't even know what, a helmet looking thing on the top. Yeah. And so they will do a deep bellow. It is pretty insane here. So this one, because it is more in the jungle and it's gonna hide naturally. For me in this one, I would definitely have to go to the tree, jump on it, because I have ridden an ostrich before, so I'd jump on it and then just ride it into submission. Just wait it out. Like, again, whenever you ride an ostrich, if you get you jump on it, you get your legs like under its little wingies because they're flightless, and you just hold on for dear life. Like, it's gonna eventually, it's a bird. I'm its same size. I weigh more than it, most of them anyway. And just tire it out. And I really think that is my advantage. If I can get onto its back and just hang on for dear life,
and just wait for it to exhaust itself, that's because, again, it's still a bird. That is my ticket. So this is another one like the anteater, where it's either you're alive or dead kind of thing, because once that blood loss hits, you're going to be gone. But at the same time,
coming at this bird from the front would be a mistake, because
absolutely.
even if it didn't have a toe knife, the power of a kick too, man, I feel like could break a
God.
rib.
Well, because it has huge feet, because it's not like a stork or an egret or a great blue heron. So it doesn't have like tiny... Yeah, it doesn't have tiny sweepable legs like other birds that we've talked about. No, these are like stocky, thick
an
legs.
Ostriches can kick lion skulls in. They're not that much smaller than an ostrich. I mean, I definitely think they could break your bones if they kicked you.
And there's a reason why they're not kept in zoos often, because of how they are. They're not a typical large flightless bird to keep in a zoo, because they can be territorial, because they have a freaking toe knife. So it would have to be from the air, hang on for dear life to ride it, and then just
one at the zoo.
Wait to exhaust itself.
I took care of one at the zoo, and she jumped at the fence at people she didn't like. Thankfully, it wasn't me. But she would jump at the fence with both feet going, and it was dinosaur.
Yep. Yeah, 100% dinosaur. Yeah. Which, again, is why they're one of my favorites. I think it's such a cool bird. And, again, getting to see them in the wild and everything, it was terrifying. But also at the same time, it's still just a giant bird. Yeah, it's a really cool creature.
Pretty bird too.
Yeah, because blue like that is not a normal color that you see, like that big, bright of a blue, because it's not a feather, the weird skinhead they have. So anyway, cassowary. So 2 of my favorite animals, I was like, you know what? I think it's time. I'm going to have to fight them. And I think I would come away way worse off in the kangaroo situation. But cassowary, I do love them, but I think I could take it.
I think you're squirrely enough that you could jump on and hold on. I wouldn't trust me to do that, but I think you could do that.
Yeah, out of sheer desperation. Again, this is the girl that held the flexed arm hang record from 3rd to into my high school years from the presidential physical fitness. So, I mean, I feel like if I can hold that childhood record, then I can clearly hold on to a cassowary. I mean, come on, it's just sheer will of like, just lock on and you just don't let go.
Because the alternative is
tire out.
Like it's...
Yes, right? Disembowelment. Toe knife to death. No, I would rather not. So, all right, guys. Well, that's all the animals we have for you. Again, this is all just hypothetical, all just fun. Don't
jump any animals.
I feel like we should not have to say this, but every summer in our national parks in the U.S. here, some idiot proves us wrong that they're like, let's walk up to a bison. No, guys, just don't approach animals.
People really think that they could fight a chimpanzee and like stuff like that.
Yeah, guys, stay away. Animals, for the most part, they don't want to be near you. They see us as predators. They don't want to be near us. They will go away. And again, if one does start to approach you, just get away from it. All right. So just don't do anything dumb. This is all just in fun and unjust. So yeah, next week we start those mini episodes of the niche, and we won't be fighting animals in those ones, thankfully. So no blood should be shed in any of those episodes. So until then, make sure you guys go check us out on Patreon. Support us if you can. Follow us on social media, Wildly Curious Podcast, and we will talk to you guys next week.
Season 13, let's go.
To space long ago. Dinosaurs trained for delivery runs. We're asking the questions, the weird ones.